So what is a paper model? This is an example of a model that I bought from a person in Chicago, and it's as they originally were made. They're in a magazine. It's 1/133rd scale. It's a very cool Russian twin-engine airplane, and they're made like little magazines. And you open them up, all the directions are in Polish, generally. These were very popular and still are very popular in Eastern European countries. And you page through this thing, and it doesn't matter that you can't read the language because there's lots of other nice pictures. Like, here's examples of all of these little parts that are going to go together. Parts of the engine, the cells, rudders, a schematic of the rest of the airplane, wing fillets, you name it, and they're all on different thicknesses of paper. Here's a whole bunch more. Parts of bombs, parts of the interior, parts of the wheel wells, parts of the interior of the fuselage, and then here we get to some colored parts. So you can see the wings where the landing gear is going to go, and you can see the nose pieces. And you see these little tabs that are going to fit on the end of each of these cutout pieces. Windshields that will probably be turned into foil or into clear pieces. There's the nose, and it's got little tiny tulip cutouts in it to make a pointy nose, and we'll talk about that at some point, hopefully. Here's the upper wing, and you can see there's fine detail. It's all printed into the surface of the paper. There's propeller blades, which turn out really well, surprisingly, in my opinion. There's the stabilizers and the rudders and the fins, and there's a couple of nice, those are seat belts that it's pointing to. And then you still have some more things like this is the actual interior. So a lot of the fuselage pieces will have two, you'll cement those into the outside skin to make an interior. And here you see instrument clusters, which are actually quite detailed. That goes behind the main instruments. Here are some more connective pieces. And even more pieces, tons of hundreds of pieces. And then this is an important piece because a lot of these, there's lots of engine pieces. Like there's a full engine to build, and those engine bearers are made of metal. So they have those to draw in full size so that you can cut and bend pieces of wire the same way. And then here's a big schematic of the whole airplane with numbered parts on where the major large parts end up. And if you're confused, look at all the neat stuff that you could buy. There's airplanes, there's tanks, there's ships, there's cars, there's buildings. Truly a lot of possibility. And here is our Merrick 109, 1/33rd scale, that I just downloaded and printed out on paper stock. That is about 100 or what is it, 65, 67 pound paper, which I think is about 165 gram. And you can see that it's just like the previous magazine. Lots of numbers that show you various positions of the parts in multiple places where it shows these things. Here's a schematic with bulkheads. So all the red pieces are bulkheads for the fuselage and the nose and around the cockpit area. It even shows places where you're going to put the seat, antenna, even more bulkheads. There's a tail wheel where that's going to go. And this picture has all kinds of details on it, like here's the propeller, and to form those you're going to use this yellow piece, which is a toothpick, and that works really well. This section is the interior of the wheel well, how it's going to go together, and here's a green piece that's going to be how you put the elevator onto the stabilizer, a piece of wire. Here are all the pretty printed colored pieces. All these, by the way, have been coated with a clear lacquer to protect them. And where you see those little scissors, those are areas that get cut out, so the wheel will get cut out. There's the ailerons, and over here are separate ailerons. I like the idea of separate ailerons, so I'll probably replace those. You can't really see this very well, but on the very wingtip, there's these little tiny cutouts, and what that's going to do is help you make a curved wingtip, which will look very, very cool when it's done. There are the wheels, which are going to be sandwiched together to make a thickness of a wheel. There's an interior of a radiator and an outside radiator. And now this piece will be put onto a piece of about 0.5 to 0.8 millimeter card stock. All these parts that have red on them have to be on thicker stock for structure, and those have to be the wing pieces and some ribs. There's a fuselage former, and there's spars for the wing. There are some extra colored pieces for in case you make a mistake, which is very useful. And then here's all the fuselage and rudder pieces in general, all lined up for you to put together and cut out. You can see that the very tip of the nose is going to be formed by multiple little pieces that will be glued together. And then each individual fuselage part, like these two, are put together with an overlapping tab, which I'm pointing out right there. And that'll have little tiny cutouts on the edge that'll make it curve very easily, and that'll become clear later when we start putting this thing together. There are the rudder parts. There's the spinner with cutouts for where the propeller blades are going to go. And these are individual exhaust stacks, which I think will be kind of hard to do, but we'll see. And that's just about it.